Hey everybody, how's it going? So continuing our kind of coverage of The Boys. So today we're going to talk about the 7 and we're going to talk about comic kind of versions versus the Amazon original series version because there are some differences, and we're not going to cover every little thing but mostly about the team itself and how the team's presented to us as the viewer, how it's different between the comic book version and the Amazon original series version. So in The Boys, the premier superhero group is called the 7, which is basically this universe's version of the Justice League. And they are led by Homelander, who himself in the comic book version is basically the exact same thing as Superman for all intents and purposes, at least as far as the public is concerned, because Vought creates a whole new origin for the character, basically that he's from a different planet, this and that, which is just like Superman's origin story. And in the Amazon original series, they kind of skip all the fake origin stuff and go straight into him being an enhanced human. Now in the TV series, they do reveal that also on top of that, a lot of the superheroes are believed to have been basically touched by God and stuff like that, not just spontaneous mutants kind of things. But in the TV series, the rosters of the team is really different, because in the comic book version, there are certain characters like Jack from Jupiter who is a part of the 7, yet he does not appear in the TV series. And this all goes back to the showrunner of the show, Eric Kripke. Now according to Kripke, a rule was created for this show so that the only quote-unquote magic the show could utilize from the comics was Compound V. So this meant characters with either extraterrestrial based origins or mythological influences were not to be used in the Amazon original series show, and instead they would either have to be just enhanced humans with a fake origin, or like I said before, just basically not even mentioned altogether, which explains why the roster has some differences. So for example, in the comic book version, there's a character named Jack from Jupiter who's a part of the 7, and he's inspired by 2 DC Comics characters, one being Martian Manhunter and the other one being Shazam. So his main ability is that he could fly, but his secondary power is that when he says Carpo, he gains invulnerability for a limited period of time. Now, because of the no alien policy, this character was replaced with Translucent in the Amazon series, who ended up kind of being a cool character in his own right, even though he didn't appear for the entire duration of the show. And Translucent's main ability was that he could change his skin to a carbon metamaterial type of texture that provides him invisibility and also invincibility. That's with that kind of character swap. And also for the Speedster of the show, when we first watch the Amazon series, from the get-go, the first Speedster we see is A-Train. But in the comic book version, the original Speedster on the team was actually a character named Mr. Marathon, who had the same color scheme and basically kind of outfit, all things considered, as the Flash. However, after his death during 9/11 in the comic book series, he is replaced by A-Train, who joins the 7 as the new Speedster, because Vought tries basically getting a type of for a hero to fit every single slot they have on their roster. So when a Speedster goes, they replace that Speedster with another Speedster, and presumably the same thing for characters like the Deep, for example. If the Deep were to die off or get retired, he'll probably be replaced with another aquatic-like superhero or water-based superhero to some degree, as long as it's marketable. But leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this? Would you guys have liked to have received Jack from Jupiter? The showrunner of the show kind of made a joke on Reddit where he was doing an AMA of sorts, and he said we might see Jack from Jupiter in this series, but it'd be like an adult film parody of the 7, something like that. Kind of odd, but not too far-fetched for the universe of The Boys, considering the heroes are quite promiscuous and very scandalous in their own right. But leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this? If you've read the comic book series, what is your favorite part? And if you haven't read the comics, I highly recommend it. It's a bit graphic here and there, but definitely it will give a lot of context and a lot to look forward to with future seasons. With all that said and done, I'll see you guys later.